friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Workshop. We have a very nice instrument in the shop here today. It's a Larrivee Guitar. A nice look at the peg head there. And you can see very nice inlay work down the neck. Fine inlay, abalone shell around the body, around the peg hole. Let me give you a look at the label there. And the bridge. And look at the top in general, how nice that wood is. It's a really nicely quarter sawed piece of wood. You can see the cross checking going across the grain. It's really nice. Very nice. Why is it in here if it's so nice? Well, it does have a buzz. I mean, all instruments can get a buzz, and it does have one. I have looked at it closely, played it a little bit, and I am saying it's primarily an issue with underbow. I think it's got too much underbow, and I think it's just, some minor fret leveling after that. The action is just about exactly where I set them up. The action is 90 here and 80 here at the 12th fret. The action up here is actually a hair high on most of the strings. I set them at 18. I would say they're closer to 25 on the bassier strings. The only one that's about 18 is the high E string, and it's about 18. The rest of them are higher than that. So here we go. We're going to figure out how to fix the buzz. All I've done so far is I've loosened all the strings so that I can get them off the fretboard, and I'm looking down the fretboard now, and now I see a very slight overbow. So, the truss rod probably is tight, but it's not tight enough, I don't believe. I'm going to show you a new tool that my friend Robert got for me. You've seen this remote camera that I had before. It was very much like this one. This one is significantly different on a couple of ways. First of all, it has this pack here that is a wireless transmitter. Show you an up close. There's the name and everything. Now, it's not Bluetooth. It's literally wireless. It literally transmits a Wi-Fi signal. And so therefore you have to connect to it, to the signal with your tablet or your phone or whatever, or even a computer if you wanted to. As a matter of fact, I can project it over on my computer screen. But I'm going to project it here on my Wi-Fi tablet. And I'm going to try to get this where you can see both things at once. I put some white on the top of here so I know which side goes up. I'm surprised they don't do it. The other significant thing about this is that this is a stiff wire that can be bent, and therefore I can control it from outside the sound hole very easily. I don't have to put my whole hand down in the sound hole. That's a very significant thing. So this is a very neat camera. Let's go ahead and connect up to it. I'm going to go to the app. Here it is. And you can see already that it's actually showing you a guitar on my wall over here. So wherever I point this, it's going to show you what's on. And there's my tool wall over here. And you can see it on the screen. Now we're going to go inside the... it also has a light that I control, and I have it turned down right now, but I'm going to turn it up real bright. And we're going to go inside. And you can see there's the serial number. I'll put this on the screen for you so you can see it better instead of just looking at my tablet. But there's the serial number or model number of the guitar. And then if we bend this upwards, I think we'll be able to see the truss rod. And there it is, sure enough. And now we can see that it is a hex key truss rod. Thanks to Robert, and Robert is the fellow who bought that custom mandolin around Christmas time. You've seen that series. There was, I think, 11 videos on building that custom mandolin for Robert down in Louisiana. So once again, Robert, thank you very kindly for this new tool. It's wonderful. You know, the truss rod adjuster on this is up high right underneath the fretboard, of course, and up in here. Well, there's braces up in here, and you can't get to it with a straight tool the way this is made. So they've provided a special tool for adjusting the truss rod, and we'll get up in there and see what we can do with that. Now, the only trick is hitting the hole. Well, I hit it right there, so that was easy. Now I'm going to just tighten it up about a quarter of a turn like that, and it feels pretty snug, so I think that's going to be enough to do what we need to do. The rest of it is just going to be fret leveling and adjusting the action. I did adjust that truss rod a little tighter, and I did string it back up. I feel like I'm still hearing a tiny amount of buzz on this E string, so I thought, well, let's just make sure that I'm not seeing something that I'm not seeing with my eye. It looked to me like there's just about the perfect amount of underbow in here. 10-12 thousandths is what it looks to me like. So when I check it, and I promise you, I honestly did not test this ahead of time. I did check it just off camera a minute ago, but it is right at 12 thousandths, and that's just about where I figured it was. Just by looking at it, I mean, it's like right on the money. That's a 12 thousandths. That's a 12 thousandths gauge right there, and it fits exactly in there. It does. There's no extra play. So the fretboard's pretty darn flat. It's just about right. I don't know exactly why I'm still hearing some buzzing going on. I felt like I did a good job of filing it. I did that off camera because I didn't see any point showing you that for the 100th time. I'm just looking at it, in microscopic vision here to see if I see the high fret anywhere. It just seems to be buzzing almost anywhere. So, now that we know that the relief is right, let's double check the action at the 12th fret here. I've got my 90 thousandths and my 80 thousandths gauge. Here's 80 thousandths, and boy, it goes under there, but it's tight. I would say it's probably closer to 75 thousandths. And here, the 90 goes under, and it's tight. The 80, it's actually right at 80. Yeah, and even 80 probably raises it just a fraction. So it's really about 80 on both of these, or a little lower than 80. So that's really pretty low action. And when you get it that low, it's probably just going to buzz, It's pretty darn low. 80 thousandths is not that high, trust me. It's actually below that. So I think I'm going to have to make a new saddle for this and raise it up just a little bit. Not much, just a little. I've got the saddle out. It appears to be a bone saddle, so it's a good quality. It just is too low. So I'm going to try to add about 20 thousandths to this, which will raise it approximately 10 thousandths of an inch down there at the 12th fret. That's not very much. That is 10 thousandths right there. It's the thickness of that, which is, you're getting down to like a razor blade, the thickness. As a matter of fact, let's test. Here's a single edge razor blade. That is 8 thousandths. So if we raise it 10 thousandths, that's, like I said, so close to a single edge razor blade, it's not even funny. This measures right on 10 thousandths, and so I know my gauge is accurate. So this is 8 thousandths. We're going to try to raise this saddle 10 thousandths at the 12th fret. Therefore, I need to add 20 thousandths to the thickness of this right now. Well, stupid old me. I went all that work making this saddle, and I didn't even realize that what was in there was a shim. Doggone it anyways. I thought that was a pickup. I didn't pay any attention. And I should have known better. It wouldn't be a pickup in this guitar. I know this guy. But anyway, there was a shim in there. So now I got to make another one and add this amount onto it. Oh my goodness. Because I am not going to put it in there with a shim. That's not the way I roll. So you can see I'm going to have to make it that much taller. Doggone it anyways. I will point out that this saddle now is much higher. I probably got it too high now, but you know, I can always take it down. I wanted to point out that how tight it is and how snug it is. I mean, it is absolutely airtight all the way around. It literally looks like it grew in there. So that's the way you want a saddle to fit. It fits so snug that I don't think I can just pull it out by hand. I mean, it's not forced in there. It's just that it's tight. I just use these clines here just to lift it a little bit and get it moving. And it's not crazy tight or anything. It's just that it's very, very, very snug. Yeah, you don't have to force it in there. I mean, it goes right in. But it fits perfectly. You got to go in perfectly straight too, because the ends fit perfect, everything. I'm going to go ahead and check the height a little bit closer, because I want to make sure I get it really close before I put the strings back on it. Okay, now we're down to the very fine tuning. We've got the saddle in here. I compensated the saddle to match the old saddle. Now I'm going to check the action again, and I've already checked it off camera. This side here is literally right at 115 thousandths, so we got 115, and I want that down to about 95. I'm going to go at 95 and 85 on this. This side here is literally right on 100, right on the money. So I want to take it down to 85. So we got 100 going down to 85. That's 15 thousandths or 30 thousandths, because we have to double it. And over here we've got 20 thousandths or 40 thousandths on the bass side. So we had to take 40 thousandths off the bass side here, and we got to take 30 thousandths off the treble side there, off the bottom. That should get us exactly where we want it to be right here. Showing you what I do here, you can see I've got the calipers set at 40 thousandths, and on the bass side I need to take off 40 thousandths, and I've darkened this in with pencil, and I just scratch it with this, and that way I can see that white line that I need to go to. Now on the other side I need to take off 30 thousandths, and I'm going to scratch the other side. And then I'll get on these magnifying specs, and I'll get down to the sander, and I'll sander right down to those little scratchy lines that you might be able to see. They're not very much. There they are, and there. Thought I'd try to show you as accurately as I can. This was the original bridge. Here's the shim. So it's sitting on there. And then if I put the new one on here, it's just a little bit higher. I don't know if you can see it, than the old one with the shim. And of course it's a lot higher than the old one without the shim. So now there's going to be no shim. We'll get a better sound transfer into the top. This thing fits like a glove, and it should be the exact measurements it should have to play well. Alright, the final measurements, when you go right here, 90 just barely fits in there, and I would say if you've got 2 or 3 thousandths to spare, you've got something there. And the same way with the 80. The 80 actually is tight. So we got 80 and 90 thousandths roughly, and I've checked it all up and down. I don't hear any more buzzing. Perfect. I think he's going to be real happy with that. We've got this old Larrivee up in tip-top shape in terms of playing action and sound and all that. I will tell you that the strings that are on it are the strings that it came in with. They're Oh, I mean, they're not real old, but I mean, they've been on there a while. So it will even sound better if it had brand new strings on it. I don't know if I gave you a look at the back of this guitar or not, but it's a beautiful guitar. It really is. And yeah, it's just really a nice guitar. I don't know how many of you have even heard of Larrivee, but it's a very, very nice, nicely made instrument. I believe they're out in California. Got a good sound. I got to eat a steak dinner with Merle Haggard one night, and it was one of the most memorable things I ever had happen to me. It was just Merle and myself, believe it or not, sitting at a little tiny table backstage. Well, today I started loving you again. Now I'm right back where I really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartaches mend. But then today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by with only these few million tears I cried. I should have known the worst was yet to come, and the crying time for me had just begun. So today I started loving you again. I'm right back where I really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartaches mend. Today I started loving you again. Yes, today I started loving you again. And I love old Merle Haggard, God rest his soul. Hope you enjoyed this on the Larrivee Guitar. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends.